guys, welcome back to our channel. It has been a minute. Our last post was from December. This video is going to serve as kind of like a life update almost, to kind of give you guys some insight into what's been going on in our lives for those of you who don't really know our story. So yeah, I hope you guys will subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Make sure when you like, you comment, you leave us your stories, you ask us questions. We're here to kind of raise awareness and bring light to our situation. Okay, so our last video was our Christmas vlog, like I mentioned earlier, and that was just us showing you Jayla's first Christmas home. It was a really exciting time for us. She was the Christmas before last Christmas, she was in the hospital, so it was a really big deal for our family. We took pictures, as you guys saw in the vlog, and yeah, it was just a really exciting time for us all together. So we haven't been posting because back in January, Jayla gained her angel wings, and it was really tough. It's still tough. And it kind of blindsided us, I would say, and that might sound strange to some of you because, as you do know, Jayla's conditions were chronic, but to us she wasn't chronically ill. To us she was just our little baby, our little smiley girl, like our princess, and she started to improve. And that's the thing. They used to tell us, like, the roller coaster ride doesn't stop after the NICU, and that is 100% true in our case. We thought we were out of the woods, but we weren't, and it's just, it's still like, it's so heavy for me. So she passed away on January 12th. January 13th, we found out that we were pregnant and we would be having another baby. So that was a lot because it's like I'm grieving the loss of one child and then finding out we're gonna have another child. So it's kind of like I don't know, I just couldn't process anything. It was just, everything happened like back to back. And now looking back, I feel like Jayla knew, like she knew that her time here was coming to an end. So she gave mommy her little brother to kind of help me and her dad get through the emptiness. And it's weird because it's like we were having another baby, but it still was like, a new baby does not replace a child you lost. And I think that was the hardest thing because people were like, oh, you guys are young, you could just have more kids, it's gonna be okay. And I felt like that was very, those sentiments were just wrong, because no matter how many kids we have, like we can have 10 kids from now on out, I'm still going to miss my daughter, and I miss her every single day. And I deal with a lot of guilt because, sorry, I deal with a lot of guilt because I feel like I put her through a lot just to have her here, and sometimes I feel like that was selfish. You know, all the things she had to go through while I was in the hospital, like constantly getting pricked, constantly getting probed, all the intubations, the extubations, her trach, like it was, you do all these things because in efforts to save your child, in efforts to have your child here with you, but then you have to think, like, at what expense, right? So I'm still dealing with a lot of guilt from that because I felt like I put her through all of that and she still, you know, passed away. So I don't want to say it was in vain because I float between feeling guilty and then I float between like I would have rather lost her than to have never met her because she has definitely changed me for the better and made me the mom I am today for her little brother. So yeah, so it's going soon. It'll be a year, and you know, people say like time will heal those wounds, but it's still really hard for us, for our family all together. But yeah, so enough sad stuff because Jayla was not a sad baby. She was very, very, very happy. Um, her smile would light up like any room. So yeah, I'm trying to do things to kind of keep her legacy alive, and that's what I want to do. Like she will live through me, through her dad, through her little brother, and through whatever children we have after that. Yeah, excuse me, sorry. All right, guys, sorry about that. Yeah, so that's kind of where we've been. So since Jayla, like I said, Jayla passed on January 12th. On the 13th, we found out we were having another little baby. So this time around, I was armed with the information I needed to sustain my pregnancy. So for those of you who don't know, I'm trying to think if I mentioned why I had Jayla so early. Anyways, for those of you who don't know, or if I've never mentioned it before, I do suffer from a condition called incompetent cervix or cervical incompetency, same thing. And that's pretty much where your cervix just opens up for no reason. The cervix cannot bear the weight of the pregnancy, and your cervix opens, you start to dilate, and sometimes they can save the pregnancy with something called a rescue cerclage or emergency cerclage. With Jayla, I was too far gone to have been considered for the cerclage, so that was not an option for me. But this time, because I knew that I had incompetent cervix, we were able to get a cerclage put preventatively. So I got a cerclage placed when I was 13 weeks along. I was also put on progesterone, and after like 20 weeks or so, I was put on a modified bed rest. So it was just pretty much me relaxing as much as I could, not getting up too much, staying off of my stairs. So it was very trying to be on bed rest for pretty much half of my pregnancy. We did have a gender reveal, we did have a baby shower, we did get to do maternity pictures that I'll try to insert somewhere in here for you guys. And it was a great experience because we got to kind of experience everything that we didn't get to experience before Jayla. And I genuinely believe that Jayla sent her little brother to us. It's just surreal. Like, he's only a month old, and there'll be times where he's just crying or he's inconsolable, and he kind of like looks up. He's always looking up to the ceiling, and he'll start smiling, and I just know like he can see Jayla playing with him, and it's heartwarming to know that, like, even though she's not here in the physical, we still feel her in the spiritual. And yeah, so that it's just been a lot. As you guys can see, I can't even put my thoughts together. So I really wanted to get this video out because October is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. And obviously you guys know that is a month that's very dear to my heart because I do have an angel baby. And I really want to go in depth with how, like, more of Jayla's conditions and what ultimately led to her passing away. I want to talk more about incompetent cervix. I want to talk more about bed rest. All these things that I was looking for while I was pregnant and while I was carrying, because I want my story to be able to help somebody else. So yeah, that's about it. That's all that's been going on, but that's definitely been a lot, and that's why I'm just now picking up with the videos, because I was sick, I was pregnant, throughout my pregnancy I was scared too, because I was just like, oh my God, what if this cerclage fails, then what? Because even when you get the cerclage put in preventatively, sometimes you still can go into labor, you can tear through the cerclage, but thank God we did not. I made it to my scheduled C-section. I'm about 6 weeks postpartum, so it's been quite the ride, and sometimes I felt like I was on autopilot. Like, I don't know how I made it through what I went through these past few months or this past year. This year has been very, very trying for myself and my family. It's almost like I was having an out-of-body experience. So yeah, that's all that's been going on with the Oscar family. I'm hoping to get into nursing school, but I have some things I have to work out first. And yeah, that's all that's been going on. So please, please, please keep riding with us. We are going to get the videos out. Please share this video. Again, subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you are subscribed, tell your friends or your cousins to subscribe. Make sure you like and comment. Feel free to ask any questions. I am an open book. I know it can be kind of a touchy subject to talk about your child that has passed, and sometimes people are afraid to ask questions, but we want you guys to ask questions because we want to raise awareness. We want to tell people what to look out for. We want our story to be able to help somebody else who's going through what we're going through. So yeah, thanks guys.